Hello, everyone. Good morning. In this week's chapter that we learned, chapter 14's content, um, I think it was really relevant to my life specifically, especially when it comes to communications and relationships, handling conflict, and handling conflict. And one thing that really stood out to me is how people respond differently when they feel hurt or how they feel misunderstood, like their reaction to it. I noticed that um, I tend to avoid conflict or stay quiet. I'm not very confrontational. Um, Instead of like expressing exactly how I feel, especially if I don't want to make the situation worse or escalate the situation, I guess you could say. This connects a lot to my daily life because I work very close with people through my nail business and the people I talk to on a daily basis. I'm constantly meeting new clients, building relationships, so communication is super important to me. I've learned that or I respond how I respond to situations can either build someone's trust, or it can either create a distance or, just feelings that won't make them feel comfortable or comfortable. Um, I've Because of this chapter, I think I can start being more open and clear when something bothers me, instead of just keeping it to myself, bottling it in. That way I can create a better and more honest connection with people. And also I feel like it's a good thing for me as well. One concept that really stood out to me was how people react to hurtful messages, especially something like an acquaintance's response where someone might apologize or give in even if they're hurt. I I've definitely experienced this before. There has been times where someone said something that upset me or I didn't like how they worded it, but instead of speaking up, I rather apologize or act like it didn't bother me just to keep the peace. I'd rather not deal with the back and forth kind of thing. But looking back, I realized that it doesn't actually solve anything and can lead to more frustration over time due to like unresolved feelings and feelings that haven't been talked about because we haven't came to like an understanding. Um, let's see. A big question I still have after this week's reading is how can someone how can someone find a balance between avoiding unnecessary conflict and still being able to stand up for themselves? Um, I feel like sometimes it's hard to know when to speak up and when to let things go, especially when it comes to close friendships, relationships, professional settings. You don't want to lose potential clients, lose friendships. So it's really like there's a conflict between like choosing to stand up for yourself. But overall, in this chapter, it helped me become more aware of my communication habits and how I can improve them moving forward. Have a great day, everyone. Oops.